ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's today is the 8th session of Shastra Pramana course for ladies. In yesterday's discussion, we discussed, we came, so we finally came to the conclusion that only a non-defective Shabda Praman, can give us yathartha jnanam all the time. It is this non-defective Shabda Praman, which is our ultimate Pramana, hmm, which can give us only yathartha jnanam and which is independent and which can correct other Pramanas. We also saw that if somebody has only Pratyaksha and Anumana Pramanas, then the best that we can expect from them in their dealings is pravritti and nivritti, accepting that which is desirable for the senses and rejecting that which is not pleasing to the senses. That's all. You cannot expect civilized behavior from uh, having simply pratyaksha and anumana pramana. Unless you have non-defective shabda pramana, which comes to us in the form of statements, instructions from elders, from parents, from teachers. Hmm? Unless this Shabda Pramana is there, you cannot expect uh, civilized behavior. And then what to speak of knowing what is the goal of life, right? Who is the Supreme Lord? No way, you cannot. We also saw that animals, even if they come in touch with non-defective Shabda Pramana, still they are not capable of Shabda Bodha because their intelligence is not so well developed. They cannot grasp the meanings. Even after hearing Shabda Pramana, they will not be able to get knowledge from that. Human beings have this ability. So yesterday, Sundari Priya Mataji asked a question, how do we know that a particular statement is actually non-defective Shabda? Isn't it? That is our question. So now, after coming to the conclusion that non-defective Shabda is our Pramana, non-defective Shabda Praman is the one that will give us all knowledge. So now, the next question is, what is this non-defective Shabda Praman? Where can we find it? And who will authorize that this is non-defective Shabda? If we say that, so what problems can come here? If we simply say that non-defective Shabda means that statement which is free from four defects, Brahma, Pramada, Karana, Patava, Vipralipsa. Any statement which is free from these four defects is called a non-defective Shabda Pramana. If you say like this, then what problems will come? What problems will come? People will give their statements and they will claim that their statement is non-defective Shabda. Somebody has to authorize it, isn't it? Anyone will come and say that, like I will write a book and I will say this is non-defective Shabda. Everyone has to accept it. Or people from a particular faith will say our Shastra is non-defective Shabda. This is the non-defective Shabda. Who will decide which one is non-defective Shabda? How to determine it? That is the question. So let us see. If we say that we can take the opinion of the majority, so there will be groups of people and we will gather a group of, let's say, 10 people, and we will say whatever these 10 people decide, how they will decide, what faculties do they have? They have Shabda Praman and Anuman Praman. Based on Shabda and Anuman Pramana, 10 people, they come together and they discuss and they decide, all right, this should be the non-defective Shabda Pramana. can we select non-defective Shabda Pramana in this way? Is it okay to arrive at notes, Mataji? Revati Mataji, you're saying notes? You want me to write, huh? You're saying right? Okay. All right. Okay, okay. Sure, sure, sure. Hare Krishna. I'll do that. Share. It's better, right? One second. I will draw for you. Easier to understand. Okay. So we are saying that uh, now we want to determine, right? How to determine the non-defective Shabda Praman. Okay. So if we say that we will gather, so there's a group here. Okay. So this is group one. Okay. Group one, 10 people. Then there's another group, second group. Then there's a third group like this. Third group. Now, this is a group of 10 people. These 10 people will come together and they will decide that A is the non-defective Shabda Praman. Okay. And this second group, again, these 10 people, this is a different group. They will come, they will discuss amongst themselves and they will arrive at a conclusion. They'll say B is the non-defective Shabda Praman. And there's a third group that will, again, they will say C is non-defective Shabda. Okay. So now what is the practical problem if we choose this method of arriving at what is non-defective Shabda Praman? Now, first group is saying A is non-defective Shabda. Second group is saying B is non-defective Shabda. Third group is saying C is non-defective Shabda. Who will decide which one is non-defective Shabda? There will be many such groups. So if you say that based on the Pratyaksha Anumana Pramana of these 10 people, we will come together and we will arrive at a conclusion, right? We will vote that A is the non-defective Shabda. Now everyone has to follow that. Will it work? No. What is the problem with this system? First problem is difference of opinion. Yes, there is difference of opinion. They cannot all come to the same conclusion. Each one will say something else, and everyone will profess that mine is the non-defective Shabda. And one group will say mine is the non-defective Shabda, the other one will show defects in first group. They'll say, no, no, how your Shabda is not correct. These are the defects. So like this, you will never be able to arrive at the ultimate pramana. We want the king. We said non-defective Shabda is the king. Everything else, all other pramanas are servants. So we want one king. We want one pramana, the ultimate pramana. Here we have so many and we are not able to decide which one. This won't work. So this system won't work. What are the other drawbacks with this system? Now there will also be groups. Yes, there will be such groups which will come in future. They are not there now, right? Which will come in future, and they will have a different shabda as non-defective shabda, right? They will say something else which is not already proposed here. They will have a new proposal, right? So there will be other groups coming in future with a different non-defective shabda. How are you going to assemble all these groups from different parts of the world and also from future and past, bring them all together and then arrive at the ultimate non-defective shabda? Is it going to work? It's not going to work. So it is not practical to gather all these groups in one place. Right? Because there's also time difference, past, future. So it's not possible. And place also. And even if you manage to gather, first of all, it's not possible to gather. Even if you manage to gather, they won't agree. They will have different opinions. What is the other drawback with this system? How are we arriving at the non-defective shabda? Based on pratyaksha anumana pramanas of these 10 people in one group, isn't it? So pratyaksha anumana pramanas, based on pratyaksha anumana pramanas, you are deciding what is non-defective shabda. That means what? That means non-defective shabda becomes dependent on pratyaksha pramana and anumana pramana. So if it is dependent, can you call it non-defective shabda? If it is dependent, can you call it non-defective shabda? No. If it is dependent, you cannot call it non-defective shabda. It loses that position of being non-defective. And finally, because because you're arriving at this non-defective shabda based on pratyaksha anumana pramana, what do pratyaksha anumana pramanas have? Pratyaksha and anumana pramanas have the 4 defects. Then these defects will also reflect in the so-called non-defective shabda which they are proposing. That means it's not non-defective anymore. It becomes defective because it's rooted in anumana pratyaksha pramanas. They have defects. This non-defective shabda will also have defects. For all these reasons, we cannot accept. Yes, for all these reasons, we cannot accept the opinion of a group of people or different groups of people to arrive at uh, our ultimate pramana, non-defective shabda pramana. Okay, so these are the reasons why we cannot accept the opinion of various people or groups of people. Now, our problem is still existing. What's our problem? What is what is that non-defective shabda? And how to determine it. So, our Acharya Srila Jiva Goswami has given us some criteria, okay? Criteria to determine the non-defective shabda, okay? That means if somebody says this is a non-defective shabda, that why non-defective shabda? Non-defective shabda because that is the ultimate pramana. Pramana means it is the evidence for all knowledge, what is right, what is wrong, and whatever we are supposed to do, how to do, everything, right? So that pramana, what is that ultimate pramana we want to know? And we already did the exercise in the past 7 sessions about uh, how we arrived at this non-defective shabda as that pramana. Now, the next exercise is we want to know what is this non-defective shabda, which one? Okay. So to determine, many people are coming and proposing, uh, this is the ultimate authority, this is my proof, this is my pramana. So you have to establish which is the ultimate pramana here. How are you going to establish? For that, some criteria are given. If somebody claims that this is the non-defective shabda, then you will have to see, does that pramana satisfy all these conditions, satisfy all these criteria? If that pramana satisfies these criteria, all right, we accept it as the ultimate pramana. This is completely an unbiased system, isn't it? These are the criteria. It's just like when you want someone to join a college, right? They say these are the pre-qualifications. Anyone who satisfies these prerequisites will be admitted. You should have so much grade point and you should have covered these courses. And if you fulfill all these conditions, then you'll be admitted. Like that, for you to decide what is the ultimate pramana, these criteria must be satisfied. Now we are going to look at what those criteria are. Okay, let's look at the criteria. Criteria to determine the non-defective shabda. First is this. So the non-defective shabda should give knowledge or scholarship, right? So it's giving the ultimate knowledge, scholarship or knowledge to all types of people, both learned and ignorant, in the past, present, and future, in every place or in all parts of the world or creation, in all parts of this universe, right? It should give knowledge to everyone. Everyone. It is not that this non-defective Shabda will give knowledge uh, only to one group of people, to, my community or my religious faith. No, no. This non-defective Shabda must give knowledge to all types of people and not only to the scholarly people who are educated, who know. No, no. It should give knowledge to everyone, even if somebody is an ignorant person, right? Men, women, you name the faith or anyone all over the creation, all types of people must get knowledge from this non-defective Shabda. First criterion. Second one, non-defective Shabda should give scholarship uh, about, or should give all types of knowledge. Okay, should give all types of knowledge. That means everything, right from, you know, how to live, how to eat, what to eat. Huh? If you have a disease, how you cure yourself, and everything, how to build a house, how to do war, how to what else do you do? So many activities are there, so many fields, so many departments. every type of, it should give knowledge about every type of aspect, every type of activity, both in this creation as well as for all types of dealings outside of this creation. That means it should give answers to all types of questions. You remember how we started off in the beginning? Devadatta, he was in this universe and he had so many questions. So there are questions about dealings within this universe and also questions about outside this universe. Yes? So this, for a non-defect, for a shabda to be qualified as the ultimate pramana, ultimate non-defective shabda, it must give all types of knowledge within and outside this creation. So in short, you can say it should give all types of knowledge about both Laukika and Alaukika Vyavahara. Laukika means within this universe, and Alaukika means outside of this universe. Alaukika Vyavahara means dealings. So, for something to be a non-defective Shabda, it should give knowledge about everything, all types of dealings within this universe and outside this universe. There should not be any question which cannot be answered by this non-defective shabda. Only then that will be the ultimate pramana. Any type of question, it should have an answer. Okay? That's the second condition, second criterion. Third one, non-defective shabda should be able to correct other pramanas. It should be able to correct other pramanas. What are the other pramanas? We said pratyaksha pramana, anumana pramana, and also defective shabda pramana. Yes, defective shabda pramana. Non-defective shabda should be able to correct other pramanas. What does that mean? It should be able to correct other pramanas means, because these other pramanas, pratyaksha and anumana pramanas, they are rooted in what? Pratyaksha pramana means senses. They have defects. Because of having defects, they are not always giving us yathartha jnanam. Sometimes they give yathartha, sometimes ayathartha. When they don't give yathartha jnanam, then this non-defective shabda should be the whistleblower, right? Immediately corrected. No, what you're saying is wrong, right? So the non-defective shabda should be able to correct the other pramanas. Whenever they give ayathartha jnanam, this non-defective shabda should be able to correct. Okay. One more. Non-defective shabda should produce yathartha jnanam independently. It's actually related to the previous one, but it must be mentioned. Okay. It should produce knowledge independently. Independently. Because if it is dependent on pratyaksha anumana pramana, how is it going to correct? It won't be able to correct them. Just like we said, if 10 people come together and they decide, if 10 people come together and they decide this is non-defective shabda, that means that non-defective shabda is depending on pratyaksha anumana praman. If it is caused by pratyaksha anumana praman, how it will be able to correct pratyaksha anumana praman when they are giving wrong knowledge? It cannot. If it is dependent, it won't be able to correct. So it has to be independent, right? Independently, it should give. Next is now comes, it should be non-defective shabda should be anadi, anadi siddham. So if it is anadi, anadi means what? Anadi means beginningless. Anadi means beginningless. It is not that this non-defective shabda was, shabda means what did we say? Statements. It's not that these statements were written or spoken at a particular time. It started at a certain time. At this, on this date, this non-defective shabda was born or created. It should not be like that. What is the problem? What is the problem if non-defective shabda has a beginning? What is the problem if non-defective shabda has a beginning? Do you have any comments on that or ideas? Is there a problem if this no? Yes, Bhavna Mataji, unmute.
Uh, if there is a beginning, that means before that something else existed which was given importance. So
Okay,
there should not be anything before the non-defective shabda. It is anadi. It will be forever.
okay. So you're saying if non before non-defective shabda, if it has a beginning, then before that something else was non-defective shabda. Okay, 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 Mataji. Anyone else wants to try? No? Okay. If you say something has a beginning, what is our experience in this world? When something has a beginning, it also has an end, isn't it? If it has a beginning, it also has an end. That is there. That means, and also what Mataji said, it is anadi means it has no, as soon as you say it has a beginning, it shows that it is caused by someone. That shows dependence on something else. When there is a beginning, that means it's caused by someone. That shows its dependence. Yes, Kalyani Mataji saying it is limited. Yes. So that type of shabda we cannot accept as non-defective shabda because it will have defects now because of dependence. So if it is dependence, then you'll have to see what is it that caused that, and that person who caused it, what is the source of knowledge for that person. So it just goes on like an endless cycle. Which came first? Egg came first or hen came first? Like that. So it has to be anadi. It should not have a beginning. And when you say it does not have a beginning, it automatically implies it is ananta. That which does not have a beginning will also not have an ending. It is ananta. It is beginningless and it has no end. So that condition has to be satisfied for something to be, for a shabda to be non-defective shabda. Okay. It should be anadi, and that also implies that it is ananta, means there's no end. Okay. And finally, there's one more point. Uh, non-defective shabda is swayam siddham. Swayam siddham. Swayam siddham means it is independent, of course. It is independent. Also, also, it is self-evident. That means it does not need anything outside of itself to validate it. It proves itself. Non-defective shabda it proves its authenticity. Non-defective Shabda itself proves. It does not need the certification of someone else that this is non-defective Shabda. It should be able to prove itself. Swayam Siddham. It is self-evident. And it is the root of all paramparas. That means all paramparas, right? Everyone must accept this. Past, present, future, anywhere, all paramparas must accept the authority of this non-defective Shabda. It is not that only a certain group of people accept. It is the root, right? That means the knowledge of all these paramparas is coming from this only. It is the root of all paramparas, and it should contain it should contain all Mahavakyas. Mahavakyas. What is a Mahavakya? Mahavakya means it is a statement which describes the ultimate goal of life. Okay. So this is the list of criteria for us to determine if something is a non-defective Shabda or not. What are the criteria? It should give knowledge to all types of people, regardless of whether someone is learned or not. He may be from any part of the world, he or she may be from any part of the world, can be from any faith, can be in the past, present, future, it does not matter. This non-defective Shabda should be able to give scholarship or knowledge to all types of people. Second condition, non-defective Shabda should give all types of knowledge, both for dealings within this universe and outside this universe. There shouldn't be any topic, any question which cannot be answered by this non-defective Shabda. Third one, this non-defective Shabda should be able to correct the Pratyaksha Anumana Pramanas when they are giving aprama. Aprama means ayathartha jnana. So when they are giving aprama, at that time non-defective Shabda should be able to correct them. What happens if this if this quality is not there? Non-defective Shabda correcting aprama, if this quality is not there, what problem will come? Then you will be hearing from this non-defective Shabda, you'll getting knowledge from non-defective Shabda, you'll also be getting knowledge from your Pratyaksha Anumana Pramana. Ayathartha Jnanam is also coming, Yathartha Jnanam is also coming. You will take that also as true only. If nobody is correcting it, then how will you decide what is the real knowledge? You'll take that also and this also. So you must know both Vidya and Avidya. You should be able to discriminate that, isn't it? So there has to be some, uh, uh, you know, there should be one pramana, right? The one pramana which will decide this is the right. So when someone is doing, so we will use pratyaksha anumana pramanas in our daily life. It's not that you completely, even to receive Shabda Bodha, you're using your Pratyaksha Pramana, aren't you? Right? You hear with your ears. You're using a Pratyaksha Pramana for Shabda Bodha. But when you are getting Ayathartha Jnanam, Aprama, with your senses, why you'll get Aprama? Because the senses have defects. When you get Aprama, then this Shastra Pramana or this non-defective Shabda must be able to correct it, must be able to immediately point out, no, you're doing wrong, right? Like you have a guru, and if the disciple is making some mistake, immediately the guru comes in and says, no, this is wrong, this is right, like that. So we need this pramana, non-defective Shabda that corrects the other pramanas when they make a mistake. If there is no correction, then you'll just be going in the wrong direction, not knowing that you're doing a mistake, isn't it? So that's not good. We should have someone who's correcting us when we are making mistakes. So therefore, this non-defective shabda corrects. Okay. Then it should be independent of other pramanas, and it should be anadi. This is important. Anadi. It shouldn't have a beginning, and of course, it will also not have an end. Swayam siddham. It is self-evident. It does not need any certification from others. So now you tell me. Now you tell me. You can put this out now. There may be many, uh, uh, candidates who want to propose their shabda as non-defective shabda. So you tell me, you name one such scripture or one such grantha, one such book or such authority which can claim to satisfy all these criteria. Is there any one such book or scripture? Revati Mataji's. Okay, Revati Senthil Kumar Mataji. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Srimad Bhagavatam Mataji.
Srimad Bhagavatam. Very nice. Yes, Mataji. But yes, thank you. Bhagavad Gita. Correct. So now we will follow what Srila Jiva Goswami is saying. So which one will satisfy all these conditions? It's simply saying is not sufficient. Even for us now, what Srila Jiva Goswami says is there is only one Shabda. You go and look in the entire creation, there will be only one Shabda which will satisfy all these conditions, such a Shastra Meva. That is Shastra. And what is that Shastra? Such a Veda Meva. Such a Shastra Meva, such a Veda Meva. The one non-defective Shabda which will satisfy all these criteria is Shastra. And what is that Shastra? That Shastra is Veda. Vedas actually satisfy all these criteria. Now, simply saying is not sufficient. We have to prove also. Now we have to go back and look at what are the various qualities of Vedas and see if they are actually satisfying all these conditions. That is the next exercise. So now we set the criteria for non-defective Shabda, and after setting the criteria for non-defective Shabda, we are also proposing Vedas is that non-defective Shabda. Now we have to go back and see what are do the Vedas actually satisfy all these criteria. One by one we have to go down. That's the next exercise. So let's look at the qualities of the Vedas now. Because if you simply say, it won't be accepted. You'll have to show. Okay. So what is that Veda? Such a Shastrameva. Such a Vedameva. That means that non-defective Shabda is the Veda. Okay. Now, let's look at the qualities of Vedas. Okay. What are the qualities of the Vedas? First one, I'll just list them for you first. Vedas are anadi siddham. Anadi siddham. Okay. Second, they are apauruseyam. We will go again. We will discuss them. I'm just listing for now. Then Vedas give us the instructions. Vedas give us the instructions of Bhagavan. Okay? Vedas are free from the 4 defects. Okay? What else? They are free from the 4 defects, and Vedas are the ultimate non-defective shabda pramana. Pramana. What else? Vedas are avyabhichari. Okay? What else? Vedas are swayam siddham. Finally, Vedas can be accepted by someone only by the mercy of the Vedas, or you can say by the mercy of the Lord. Okay? I'm just giving you an outline of the direction in which we are going, and then we will discuss. Okay? So also we will see after this. So these are all the qualities of the Vedas. Then after this, what we will see is some people, some unfortunate people do not accept the Vedas, right? Who are they? Kutarka, Karkasha, Mudha. These type of people, they don't accept the Vedas. Hmm? And we will also see, if time permits today, I'll just write it here. If we have time, we will discuss. And okay. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Revati Senthil Kumar Mataji saying that I should talk about Ayathartha Jnanam. I think this is a good time to actually do that. I will just discuss that now. Okay, so we are looking at the qualities of the Vedas. Quickly, let me tell you here, it's a separate topic, but quickly I'll just cover that. Ayathartha Jnanam, if you remember, we said Jnanam is 2 types, Yathartha and Ayathartha Jnanam. Yathartha Jnanam means what? Tadvati tat prakaraha anubhavaha. That is Yathartha Jnanam, right? Tadvati tat prakara means to know something as it is Yathartha Jnanam. Then what is Ayathartha Jnanam? We said ayathartha jnanam is also called Brahma, right? That means to not see something for what it is, seeing something else in that or not seeing. Let me just, examples are best. So if you see a rope, and by seeing a rope, if you think it, if you get knowledge that it is a snake, then that knowledge is ayathartha jnanam. By seeing a rope, if you get knowledge that it is a rope, that is yathartha jnanam. Okay? Or the other way is you're seeing a rope and you're not getting knowledge that it is a rope. You're not getting knowledge, right? That is also possible. So now we are going further. So in general, we said ayathartha jnanam means not knowing one thing for what it is. And that ayathartha jnanam is also called Brahma. Now we'll see what are the different types of ayathartha jnanam. In that ayathartha jnanam, what are the different types that we are seeing? There are three types. So there is ayathartha jnanam. One is samshaya. Samshaya. Second is viparyaya. And the third one is samshaya, viparya, and tarka. What is samshaya? Samshaya means doubt. Okay. So example of samshaya would be, so in the evening, you are seeing a pole at a distance and you're not sure if it is a pole or if it is a woman, a person, right? Is it a pole or is it a person? You're not able to make out. So your pratyaksha pramana, your eyes, are giving you ayathartha jnanam. What is that ayathartha jnanam? Here, it's doubt. You're not able to tell what it is. You're not certain, right? You're not able to tell certainly whether it is a pole or whether it is a person. This doubt is called samshaya. This is one type of ayathartha jnanam. Okay, samshaya. So, example I will say, not uh, uh, being able to discriminate between a pole and a person in the dark. Okay, that's an example. This is samshaya. Then what is viparyaya? Viparyaya means you are accepting the opposite to be real, right? So, for example, you are seeing in the dark, actually, what you are seeing is a pole, but you are convinced that it is a person, right? Viparyaya, opposite. You are getting opposite knowledge. Now, there is no doubt. You are confirmed. You are getting opposite knowledge. This is called viparyaya. Just like yesterday, we were discussing in that Anumana Pramanam, relation between Anumana Pramanam and non-defective Shabda. We said Devadatta, he saw and he thought on hill one, first he thought there is fire. Fact is there is no fire. But by his Anumana Pramanam, he got knowledge that there is fire. In reality, there is no fire, but he got knowledge there is fire. This is called viparya, opposite knowledge. Right? Getting opposite knowledge, that is called viparyaya. Then, so this is one type of ayathartha jnanam. So here, viparyaya means getting uh, wrong knowledge. Right? Getting wrong knowledge or opposite. Yes. Right? Wrong knowledge or opposite knowledge. That means that which is not there. Right? You're confirmed. The opposite is true. You're confirmed. Then finally, tarka means, in tarka means debating. Okay? Tarka means debating. So you get some knowledge, some understanding, but you debate on that. How is this possible? No, this cannot be. And you give so many reasons, so many arguments why this is not possible. You understand? You're still in the stage of debating. You have not come to a conclusion about, you didn't get the conclusive knowledge about something. You're in the stage of debating. This is called tarka, right? So there may be, there may not be. Let's say, again, Devadatta's example. If he's saying there is fire, and then he's debating on that. Why I'm thinking there is fire? Because of this condition, that condition. So he's debating. He has not gotten conclusive knowledge yet. So these are the three types of ayathartha jnana. One is samshaya, second is viparyaya, and the third one is tarka. Samshaya means doubt. Doubt. You don't know. Is it this or that? You don't know. Right? Viparyaya means you get the opposite knowledge and you take that to be real. You get the opposite knowledge and you hold on to that as knowledge. Viparyaya. And tarka means you're debating. You're debating about something. You have not gotten conclusive knowledge yet. These are the three types of ayathartha jnanam. How is this knowledge of ayathartha jnanam important to us, aspiring devotees? Now we have these ayathartha jnanam in our hearts, in our consciousness. Yes, we have doubts about who is the Supreme Lord, right? Or we have, you know, opposite ideas. Why only Krishna is the Supreme Lord? The other person is the Lord Shiva is the Supreme. Or you are in the stage of debating. So, in other words, these are also called asambhavana and viparita bhavana. Asambhavana means impossible, asambhav. This is not possible. What is said by Shastra, it is not possible. Viparita bhavana means whatever is said by Shastra, you have opposite idea. No, no, it's not like this, it is like that. So all this is ayathartha jnana. Samshaya, viparyaya and tarka. Tarka means you're debating. Why it is like this? Why not like that? You keep going on and on and on. You have not come to a conclusion. Unless all your ayathartha jnanam is completely resolved, answered, all this samshaya, viparya and tarka, unless all that is completely resolved, you will not get shraddha. You will not get dridha shraddha in Krishna. You will not get dridha shraddha in bhakti. Until unless you get shraddha, dridha shraddha, you will not surrender to Krishna. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Krishna is saying. That will come when all these samshaya, viparya and tarka, they are removed from the heart. Then you will get dridha shraddha. By dridha shraddha, you can do sharanagati. You can surrender to the Lord. When you surrender to the Lord, that's when you will do Shuddha Bhakti, pure devotional service. Like that. So that is why ayathartha jnanam, we need to know also what is this ayathartha jnanam and how we can relieve all these doubts in our heart. By hearing non-defective shabda. We have to hear. Isn't it? What did we hear yesterday? By our anumana pratyaksha pramana, are you able to get real knowledge? No. Especially about alaukika vastu. Alaukika vastu, about the Supreme Lord. About the living entity, Jivatma, about the goal of life. You cannot get all this knowledge from your science books and social studies books and history books. This is not possible. This knowledge can only be gotten from non-defective shabda. We are now in the initial stages. We are only reading about Vedas, right? So ultimately, we are not going to cover all that in this course, but this is taken, we are only doing the first three anuchedas from Sarva Samvadini of Srila Jiva Goswami's Tattva Sandarbha. But in Tattva Sandarbha, systematically, Srila Jiva Goswami establishes the ultimate pramana to be Srimad Bhagavatam. So if you hear again and again from Shastra like this, from this pramana, what will happen? And also, it has to be done in the association of devotees. That is also there. Simply hearing from Shastra, so many people will approach Shastra. It doesn't mean that you have a PhD in Shastra means now you're automatically a pure devotee. Not necessarily. Actually, it begins with the mercy of a devotee. By the mercy of a devotee, and mercy comes in what way? By the mercy of a devotee, now you'll start hearing about Shastra. You'll be hearing from Shastra in the association of devotees. By that, all your uh, doubts in the heart, right? Samshaya, Viparyaya, and Tarka, they will all be relieved. Then you will come to Dhrida Shraddha. Then you will surrender to the Lord. Then you will do pure devotional service. So this is the link for us. Why we are doing this course, right? To get that, this is Shastra Pramana. For us to get Dhrida Shraddha and become pure devotees, enter into pure devotional service, we have to hear from Shastra. And Shastra also, which Shastra we have to hear? Not able to apply without devotees association. Yes, Mataji, Kalyani Mataji, that's true. We need devotee association. Yes. So like that. So that was about these three. Ayathartha Jnana. Now let's continue with our discussion. We still have about half an hour left. So this was an additional point away from what we were discussing. Okay, now getting back to our Vedas, we saw the qualities of the Vedas. Now we have to discuss these one by one. What do you mean by anadi siddham? Anadi. Anadi means what? Anadi means beginningless. Beginningless. Okay. So now I'm going down the list of the qualities of Vedas one by one. First is I'm saying Vedas are anadi siddham. Vedas are anadi siddham. What is anadi? Adi means beginning. Anadi means that which has no beginning. Beginningless. Beginningless. Anadi means beginningless. That which has no beginning. So Vedas have no beginning. How do you understand? Vedas have no beginning, then where are the Vedas coming from? Right? What is their existence? How do we understand that which is anadi? So, you see, Jivatma means the living entities, right? The Jivatma, is Jivatma anadi? Is Jivatma anadi? Is Bhagavan anadi? In the same way, yes, Kalyani Mataji, in the same way, Vedas are also anadi. That means you cannot trace out. Anadi means you cannot trace a beginning date. You cannot trace a beginning date for all these. Can you say what is the beginning of Bhagavan? What is the beginning date for Bhagavan? What is his, the date when, since when his existence started? We cannot say. Can we say like that about yes? Can we say like that about the living entities? There's a beginning date for living entities? No. The living entity, so the Lord is Anadi, his Shaktis are also Anadi. The living entities are his Tatastha Shakti. Similarly, the Vedas are also the Lord's Shakti. The Lord is Shaktiman. Shaktiman means one who possesses so many Shaktis. He is existing Anadi. There's no beginning for him. In the same way, all his Shaktis are also existing with him since Anadi. There is no beginning. So the Veda is a Shakti of Bhagavan. The way the living entity is a Shakti of Bhagavan, the Vedas are also Shakti of Bhagavan. They are existing since Anadi, no beginning. Still, then How are we getting this? When did we get in touch with Veda? How are they coming to us? You may still get a question. How the Vedas are coming to us? So let's look at that now. So you all are familiar with creation, how creation takes place. We'll take a different color. This one. Okay. So here, this is Karanarnavashai Vishnu. Okay. Lord Bhagavan Karanarnavashai Vishnu. He's glancing on Prakriti. Okay. Karanarnavashai Vishnu is glancing on Prakriti. At that time, all the Jivatmas, right? The living entities, Jivatmas, who are resting in the body of Karanarnavashai Vishnu, they are also entering into Prakriti. And at the same time, the Vedas are also entering here. So where are they residing? The Vedas and the living entities. Here, when I say living entity, Jivatma, you know who they are? This is a living entity covered by avidya. This is not a liberated soul. This is a living entity covered by avidya, and also it has karma. So all these jivatmas are living entities that are covered by avidya, means ignorance, and also karma. And they are residing here in the body of avidya and karma. Okay. So these living entities are residing in the body of Karanodakshai Vishnu, and Karanodakshai Vishnu is in no yoga nidra, right? And then when he opens his eyes, then by his glance, he's looking at Prakriti, and also you hear descriptions that he's breathing, right? Ah. Let me complete this description and then we will take questions about this. Yes, Vatsala Mataji, I'll take questions after this. So, the living entities, so the Lord is also breathing. So we find statements in the Vedas saying that when when Karanodakashai Vishnu exhales, right, by his breathing, when he exhales, the Vedas become manifest. Okay? They become manifest, they come out. And when he inhales, when Karanodakashai Vishnu inhales, breathes inside, the Vedas enter Karanodakashai Vishnu and become unmanifest. Okay? When Karanodakashai Vishnu is breathing out, the Vedas are coming out of him, they are entering into this Prakriti, and then when he breathes in, the Vedas are once again going back into him. What is happening in between this time, do you know? Between his breathing out and breathing in, this Prakriti produces, so Prakriti is first transformed into Pradhana, okay? Pradhana, that means now she has all these living entities, the Vedas, everything, right? With this. Then she produces Mahat or Mahat Tattva, okay? From Mahat Tattva you get Ahankara, and this Ahankara is again in in Sattva, rajas, tamas. That means false ego in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Then from those, from false ego in goodness, I'm not able to show it fully here. Okay. So then from false ego in goodness, you get mind, then you get controlling deities. Okay, Indriya Adhisthana Devata, controlling deities. Then false ego in passion produces intelligence and senses. And false ego in tamoguna, in ignorance, produces the gross elements and the subtle elements. So totally, all these are 23 elements. All these matlab these and here ahankara, mahat, totally you have 23 elements. Okay, 23 elements are produced. Then from these 23 elements, they form how they form again, because the Lord is glancing on them. By the Lord's glance, there is another Shakti called Bibhrit Shakti. So if you're not able to remember the terms, it's okay. But these elements come together and they form universes or universal shells. How many universes? Many billions, many billions of universes are formed. Many billions of universes are formed. Then, and these universes have what inside? So the universe is made of what? These shells are made of these elements only, right? These elements. And inside also, you will have these elements. So universe is called Anda, Jagadanda. Anda means what? Egg. So just like an egg has a shell and has some material inside. Acha, Kusuma Mataji is saying, please repeat what happens between inhale and exhale. This is what is happening, Mataji. Between inhale and exhale only I'm telling. All this is still after the Lord exhales. This is what is happening. He didn't inhale yet. All this is happening after he exhaled. See, it started here. Okay, it started here. Karanodakshai Vishnu. You are seeing my cursor, right? Everyone seeing my cursor? So Karanodakshai Vishnu glanced on Prakriti. This is Prakriti. This is Prakriti. Karanodakshai Vishnu glanced on Prakriti. When he glanced, the Vedas are also entering. All the living entities covered by avidya and karma, they have entered into Prakriti. Now Prakriti, after receiving these, she is transformed into Pradhana. Then she gives birth to Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva then produces Ahankara. Ahankara in the mode of goodness. So actually what happens when Karnodakshai Vishnu glances on Prakriti is, before Prakriti was in an equilibrium state. So the three modes were in equilibrium. When the Lord glanced, then they lost their equilibrium. They were agitated. So that is why now you see the modes goodness, passion, and ignorance, right? They were there in equilibrium before. After the Lord glanced, now they are out of their equilibrium. That is why, because of that agitation, creation is set into motion. Huh? So Pradhana, then Mahat, Ahankara, then Ahankara in goodness produces these things, mind and controlling deities. Ahankara in passion produces intelligence and senses. Ahankara in Tamoguna produces gross elements and subtle elements. Totally 23 elements are produced. These 23 elements come together. Again, by the Lord's energy, they are able to come together. And then they form these various universes. Okay? And the universes also many. And these universes, each universe has inside these 23 elements also. Okay? Now we will zoom into one universe and see what's happening inside one universe. I'll take, okay, one universe. We'll just take one universe. So in this universe already you have this, what do you say? Uh, all the 23 elements, and 23 elements means the Vedas are also here. Okay? 23 elements are here. Vedas are there. The living entities are there. All this is there in the universe. Now, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, he enters inside this universe as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. Okay? So he is entering this as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. This is Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. And what Garbhodakashaya Vishnu does is, he takes this chunk consisting of all these living entities and 23 elements inside him, inside his Garbha, and keeps for 1000 years. And during that 1000 years, just like, what is the difference between Pradhana and Prakriti? Shampriya Mataji is asking. Prakriti is like a woman, Pradhana is like a pregnant woman. Before, uh, before the Lord glances on Prakriti, she is called Avyakta. Avyakta because she is in an unmanifest state. Avyakta. So in that unmanifest state, she has the three modes, but the modes are in complete equilibrium. So therefore, there is no activity, no creation, nothing. They are in equilibrium. That's why she's called Avyakta at that stage. Then when the Lord glances on her, he sends Kala Shakti. I didn't write that there actually. He sends Kala Shakti. Kala Shakti means time. Time. By this Kala Shakti, now the Prakriti is agitated. Avyakta becomes agitated. And she is impregnated with all the Jivatmas, so many unlimited number of Jivatmas. So just like a woman after conception, right? Now she's a pregnant lady carrying the baby, the embryo in her. That is the condition of Pradhana. Pradhana means after the Lord glances on Avyakta, and now that Prakriti with agitated modes, also carrying all the Jivatmas covered with Avidya and with the Kala Shakti. So that is called Pradhana. Okay. So then now Garbhodakshaya Vishnu for 1000 years keeps this inside him, and once again, like something like a pregnant lady only. These 23 elements are kept inside, and the Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu also enters this in the form of Paramatma. He's there inside this. Otherwise, how activity will take place? He enters this, and then development starts. Like a baby growing in the mother's womb, the chunk of these 24 elements in the womb, it grows into a baby who resembles exactly Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Who is that baby? Virata Purusha. And after 1000 years, he comes out. This is the lotus stem, and here at the top is the lotus flower. Okay. So in this stem will be this Virata Purusha. Virata Purusha. And in the lotus, who will be born in the lotus? Brahmaji will be born. And what happens to all these conditioned souls? They'll all go to Brahmaji also. They'll all be with Brahmaji. Okay? This is what is happening. Now, this Brahmaji lives for his 100 years. His lifespan is 100 years. Brahmaji's life is 100 years. His 100 years, not ours. How do we compare with us? His 100 years. So, his 1 year has 12 months. 1 month has 30 days. 1 day has 24 hours. That means day and night. Okay? So, his one day is one kalpa. It's called a kalpa. Similarly, his one night is also called one kalpa. So kalpa means Brahmaji's 12 hours. Okay? His 12 hours, one day and one night. Like this Brahmaji, so and then, so I was telling you in terms of our time, how long is that, huh? So his one kalpa is equal to our 1000 Mahayuga, Mahayugas. Okay? What is one Mahayuga? One Mahayuga equals one Satya, Satya Yuga, one Treta Yuga, one Dwapar Yuga, plus one Kali Yuga. So Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, all four together. One cycle of 4 yugas is called one Mahayuga. How long is that? One Kali Yuga equals 432,000, or in India you can say 4,32,000 Earth years. This is the time, our years. How many? 4,32,000. I'm sorry, 4,32,000 or 432,000 years. Earth years is one Kali Yuga. Then what is Treta Yuga? Treta is 2 times this. Okay, so let's say this is X. So Treta is 2x. I'm sorry, Dwapara, no? Before Kali Yuga is Dwapara. So Dwapara means 2 times. Treta means 3 times. 3 times 432,000. Satya means 4 times. So totally one Mahayuga equals how many years? 10x, which is nothing but these many earth years is one Mahayuga. Okay? How many? 4,320,000 years is one Mahayuga, and Brahmaji's one day, that means his 12 hours, right? 12 hours, one day equals 1,000 such Mahayugas. 1,000 such Mahayugas is Brahmaji's one day. And after the day is his night. And night is another 1,000, right? His night is another 1,000 Mahayugas when he sleeps. Okay? Like this, Brahmaji lives for 100 of his years. This is his one day, and he has 30 days in 1 month. Okay? He has 30 days in 1 month, and he has 12 months in 1 year, and he lives 100 such years. This is Brahmaji's life. And Karanodakashayi Vishnu, when he exhales, first the Vedas come out, right? Vedas, Kala Shakti, the living entities, they all come and enter Prakriti, and Prakriti creation is set into motion. I showed you how all the 23 elements are formed, the universes are formed. The Karanodakashayi Vishnu now enters the universe in the form of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, and he is there for 1,000 years with these elements inside his belly. And then after 1,000 years, Virata Purusha comes out, and on top is the lotus. On the lotus is Brahmaji with all these living entities. And Brahmaji lives for 100 years. What happens after 100 years of Brahmaji? After 100 years of Brahmaji, now Karanodakashayi Vishnu is inhaling. His one breath is one lifetime of Brahmaji. His 100 years, all these. Brahmaji's life itself is fantastic. Huh? 12 hours is 1,000 Mahayugas. Unimaginable. And that Brahmaji's 100 years is just one breath of Karanodakashayi Vishnu. So when Karanodakashayi Vishnu exhales, the Vedas come and then they're there in the form of Shabda. Shabda. Okay? This is not the material Shabda. Material Shabda, we said 5 gross elements coming from false ego and ignorance, right? What are the 5? 5 subtle elements. There is sound, taste, form. These are 5 subtle elements. Vedas is not this Shabda. Vedas is the Lord's energy. It is transcendental, aprakrita. It is not material. Vedas are not created after creation. They were there even before creation. When the Lord glanced, the Vedas came and entered. The Vedas manifested. They are not created at any point. They are simply manifested. They enter into Prakriti, isn't it? And then when Brahmaji's 100 years are finished, now Lord Brahma is, Karanodakashayi Vishnu is inhaling. When he is inhaling, everything is going back into him. Everything is going back into him. The entire, there's reverse creation. That is called annihilation. Annihilation means reverse. Everything is going, all the gross goes back into subtle. And then finally, everything enters back into Prakriti and Prakriti into Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Then all the Vedas also go back and all the living entities, the Jivatmas who are not liberated, who are still covered by avidya, they also go back into Karanodakashayi Vishnu. For how long they stay like this in Karanodakashayi Vishnu? Until he opens his eyes again. And when will he open his eyes again? He can open the very next moment, or he can open after another half an hour of his time. We don't know, right? He can just open whenever he wants. This is his Leela. He's opening his eyes and he's going back to sleep. He's opening his eyes, he's going back to sleep. In that time, when he's opening his eyes, this entire creation is happening. And again, when he closes his eyes, everything goes back into him. And for since when did this prakriya, this proceed, this since when is it happening? Karanodakashayi Vishnu's opening eyes and closing eyes. Since when is it happening? Anadi. No beginning. Because the Lord's pastimes are, there is no beginning to the Lord's pastimes. This is the Lord's pastime. It is eternally happening. Anadi, it's beginningless. So since beginningless, the Lord is opening his eyes, there is creation, and then when he closes his eyes, creation goes back to him. That's why the living entities are Anadi, and the Vedas are also Anadi. So this is how the Vedas are manifest and unmanifest, manifest and unmanifest. The Vedas are not written by any person. The next quality we said is apauruseyam. Apauruseyam also fits into the same category. Apauruseyam, purusha. Apauruseyam means that which is not created by any person. It's not written by any conditioned soul in this world. Not written by any other person. It is not even written, created by Bhagavan. It is not created. Period. Full stop. It's not created. Vedas are not created. They are eternally existing. Apauruseyam means it's not written by anyone. It is not created by any person. Whether in this world, in this creation, or any liberated person, or even Bhagavan also for that matter. They are not created or written. So these are the meanings of the word anadi siddham and apauruseyam. This is very significant. That brings us to the end of today's class. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going really slow. I don't know how much I will be able to cover in 10 sessions. So, but I think let's go like this and try to understand as much as we can, right? And we will see if if everyone decides that we can go a little longer, I can go, or if the organizers also, if they permit, or if they say no, you can stop after 10 sessions, then whatever we have learned, we will learn that much only. Okay? But I think it's okay. It's good to go slow. What do you say? Instead of just hurrying and covering up quickly. Yes. Okay. So now it's 10 o'clock. It's the end of today's session. If anybody wants to leave, you can leave. You will get your attendance. And anyone who wants to stay for questions, we can. Thank you, Girisha Mataji. So we can have questions and discussions now. Yes. Anu Barnawal Mataji. I'm not able to hear you, Mataji. I unmuted you. You raise your hand again. I don't see you now. Raise your electronic hand. Anu Barnwal, Mataji. Okay, meanwhile, I'll take Tamil Selvi, Mataji. Mataji.
Namaskaram, Mataji. Very excellent discussion. Very nice. I have a doubt. You have told that Garbhodakasaya Vishnu enters the universe, each universe, and he keeps all the 23 elements in his belly for 1,000 years. And then Virata Purusha Avatarakas. That stage I can't understand. See, he keeps all these things for 1,000 years. Then Brahmaji, there is a lotus stem appears from his nabi, and Brahmaji appears. Where is the Virata Purusha? I can't understand that stage.
Sure, Mataji. I will explain. Okay. So, you are clear with, you remain unmute, Mataji, so that I can, So, Karanodakshai Vishnu, you are there, Mataji? Tamil Selvi Mataji? Acha, you are in mute. Huh? Unmute, remain unmute, Mataji, so that I'll.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right. So, you are clear until this stage, right? This, you
Yes,
said
Mataji.
which universe?
Yeah. Each universe he enters as a Garbhodakasaya Vishnu. Then all the elements will be inside his belly for 1,000 years. You have told like that. Then Virat Purush appears. Where did he
That's
come
the question.
from?
Good. Yes. So, Mataji, Virata Purusha, I'll use a different color here. So, Virata Purusha's body is actually made of material elements. Okay? Virata Purusha's body is made of these 23 elements only. Just like our body is made of these elements, right? 23 elements. But in the body there is Atma and there is Paramatma. So like that, Virata Purusha's body is also made of material elements, 23 elements. And inside there is Garbhodakasai Vishnu as Paramatma. So how is this, when is this body formed is your question. So these elements, these 23 elements are taken inside the womb by Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and that 1,000 years that he is keeping these 23 elements inside his belly is like the pregnancy of a woman, something like that. So for those 9 months, what is happening?
I can understand. Yeah.
So the development of Virata Purusha happens inside the belly of Garbhodakasai Vishnu.
Okay.
Like a baby forming. So like in the first month, eyes are formed, the ears are like that. The whole body is formed. And what does this Virata Purusha look like? Looks just like Garbhodakasai Vishnu. The form of Virata Purusha is just like Garbhodakasai Vishnu. Saharsa Shirsha. Thousands of heads, thousands of arms, thousands of legs. That is the form of Garbhodakasai Vishnu. Exactly in that form, Virata Purusha's body is also formed. How long does it take for the formation of this body? 1,000 years, celestial years. So for 1,000 years, Garbhodakasai Vishnu is keeping this Virata form in the body. That means the elements are there and they're developing this Virata form. Then after 1,000 years, from the navel of Garbhodakasai Vishnu, this lotus stem comes out, sprouts out. Within this stem of lotus,
afterwards, all the 14 planetary system will be there.
Within this only the Virat Purusha is there, the stem.
Oh, within this only stem. Okay.
In the stem of this.
Usually we will tell that no, the stem contains all the 14 planetary systems, no?
Yes, I'll show you that. Mataji. 1 second. So now we will zoom into that lotus stem. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the lotus stem, and inside this lotus stem, we said is Virata Purusha. Virata Purusha has a body just like Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and on his various limbs are the 14 planetary systems. So this is the head of Virata Purusha. On his head, in the region of his head, we have Satyaloka. So Satyaloka is where Brahmaji is also there. So this is the lotus also, where Brahmaji is there. This is the head of Virata Purusha. Okay? In the region of head, and there Brahmaji is there. Then below that, you'll have Tapoloka. Then you have Janaloka, Maharloka, then Swargaloka, Bhuvarloka, Bhuloka. Then you have Atala, lower planets. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala.
Padala.
Yes. Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. Like this. Rasatala and Patala. So how many? 14 planetary systems are there. So in the head region, there is Satyaloka, like this, right? So in various parts of his body, you find these various planetary systems. They're already there. In Virata Purusha's body, the planets are there. And on top is Brahmaji. Okay, Mataji, clear?
Yeah. This development takes 1,000 years.
Development of this body. So this is the
You are
lotus
told,
stem.
no? Yeah, you are told, no? Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, everything will be in his belly for 1,000 years.
Yes. Development of
So
the body
this development takes 1,000 years. Shall I understand like that, or is it wrong?
Yes. In the inside Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's belly, 1,000 years for the development of the body of Virata Purusha. It takes 1,000 celestial years, not our years. Celestial years. Celestial means
years.
means
Deva years. 6
Deva
months,
years.
1 day, 6 months, 1 night.
One
Okay,
night.
I can understand.
Like
I
that.
can understand. Thank you so much, Mother.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Sham Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Mataji. Mataji, I just want to understand this, that as you explained that when Karanadaksha Vishnu glances on Prakriti, and then his glance consists of this Kala and this Karma. And then by his glance, because in the Prakriti, the modes are in equilibrium, as you said, the modes are in equilibrium, it's not active. So then by the glance, the Prakriti gets agitated, as you gave the example of women. So the Prakriti gets agitated, and then Pradhan comes.
So comes means, one second. You said when Karanadaksha Vishnu glances, karma is not coming. The living entity, the Jivatma, is having karma. Each Jivatma is having its karma and it's having its avidya. So by his glance, Kala Shakti and all the living entities, they are entering into Prakriti. So now, before the Lord glanced, her condition is avyakta. That means she is in an equilibrium state. The modes are in an equilibrium state. After Kala Shakti entered avyakta or Prakriti, then now she is transformed into Pradhana. Same Prakriti, now she is called Pradhana when she is impregnated with the living entities and Kala Shakti.
Okay. The same Prakriti is transformed into Pradhana. And then, so now in the Pradhana, the modes are active now?
Yes.
Okay. The modes are active now. Because in the Prakriti, the modes are not active. But when Karanadaksha Vishnu glances, the modes become active.
Because of Kala Shakti, yes.
Because of Kala Shakti. And in the Pradhana, it's get transformed to Pradhana, and then the modes become active in the Pradhana. And then from the Pradhana, the Mahat Tattva came.
Yeah, it's like, so the way to understand is, you can say Avyakta is like a virgin woman, right? Before,
yes.
And then pregnant lady is Pradhana. The baby that is born is Mahat Tattva.
Okay. Prakriti is the virgin girl, and Pradhana is the pregnant woman, and this
the baby born is Mahat
baby.
Tattva.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vatsala Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. But I have so much of confusion. I always didn't follow this Karanodakasai Vishnu and Garbhodakasai Vishnu. And who is Virat Purusha? Is it Krishna? I'm having a lot of problem conceiving this,
Acha. I will
Thank
try.
you.
Yes,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah. Okay, let's draw. Okay. So you are saying Krishna. Okay. Krishna. Okay, Krishna. Krishna's immediate expansion is Balaram. Balaram's expansion is Chaturvyuha. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Okay. So from this Chaturvyuha, right? Then you have, so this is in the Krishna Loka. And then you have Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, you have Lord Narayan. Narayan is expanding from here, from the Chaturvyuha, right? Vasudev expanding as Narayana. Once again, Narayana will have second set of Chaturvyuha. Again you have Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. One more time, second set, like this. Okay? And then this Sankarshan expands as Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is also called Karanodakashayi Vishnu.
Okay.
Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Okay. So where is Karanodakashayi Vishnu? Karanodakashayi, of course, Lord Vishnu means he's always in Vaikuntha. He's in Vaikuntha means what? Kuntha means material existence. Vaikuntha means where there is no material misery. So the Lord cannot be living in material. He's always in Vaikuntha. But Karanodakashayi Vishnu's pastimes are regarding what? His pastimes are regarding creation. Creation of this material universes, creation of material universes. That is the pastime of Karanodakashayi Vishnu. But his pastimes are transcendental. You cannot say that his pastime is material. Karanodakashayi Vishnu, his pastimes is transcendental. But we just now saw how he's glancing, right? So now, so far, Mahavishnu, all Chaturvyuha, Narayan, Krishna, everyone, they have transcendental bodies. So it's Krishna only, Krishna's expansions, right? So this is, Krishna is the original. He's Swayam Bhagavan. Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. And he's called Avatari. Avatari, right? That means from him, all other expansions are coming. All other expansions are from, he's the original fountainhead, Krishna. Then from Krishna Balaram, then we saw like this. And then Karanodakashayi Vishnu. What is Karanodakashayi Vishnu's pastime? We saw he glances on Prakriti, and then all the universes are created, right? And then we saw zooming into one particular universe, we are seeing. Now this Karanodakashayi Vishnu, he enters the universe as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. So like this, he enters each and every universe. Every universe has Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
How does he look, Mataji? I mean, is he
Karanodakshay
looking
Vishnu?
like a Krishna? I cannot
No.
imagine anything.
Karanodakshay Vishnu has unlimited thousands of heads, legs, hands, crowns, unlimited. This is the form of Karanodakshay Vishnu. We just show for convenience on our Srimad Bhagavatam when we see just like, two hands. No, he has many, many, many hands, many legs, many heads. That is Karanodakshay Vishnu. And Garbhodakshay Vishnu is exactly a replica of Karanodakshay Vishnu. So Garbhodakshay Vishnu also has, just like Karanodakshay Vishnu, he has thousands of heads, hands and legs. Garbhodakshay Vishnu, just like that. Okay? Just like
Mataji, why
Karanodakshay
he
Vishnu.
has so many hands and feet and heads?
Why?
Uh-huh.
How can I answer why? That is his form, Mataji. Why Krishna is blue?
I guess
What
he
can we
likes
say?
the blue.
So I don't know the answer. Why he has so many? That's how he is, and he is eternally. That's his form. So why it is like that? That I don't have an answer for that. But
Okay,
I can
let's
say
go back to this
picture.
Garbhodaya Vishnu.
Yes.
Mataji, thank you.
So the form. So far, completely transcendental forms. Okay. Karnodakshay Vishnu's body completely transcendental. Garbhodakshay Vishnu also completely transcendental. And Garbhodakshay Vishnu looks exactly like Karnodakshay Vishnu. Now, see, this is Prakriti, right? Material energy, Bahiranga Shakti. And these universal shells are made of material elements only.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from Prakriti, I told you 23 elements, they form the universal shell. This is also one of those universes, the shell made of material elements. And inside also there is material elements. Those 23 elements are there, the living entities are there, right? All this is there. So Garbhodakshay Vishnu, the transcendental Garbhodakshay Vishnu, is taking these material elements inside him now. Because we need to here we need right, there has to be creation. That's when all these conditioned souls, living entities covered by avidya and karma, they need an opportunity to get out of this avidya. The only way is when there is creation, and when Garbhodakshay Vishnu takes all these elements inside him. Now Virata Purusha takes birth. So Virata Purusha, I showed you how he is born from the navel. So this is the lotus stem. Inside this is Virata Purusha. So now your question is, what is the form of this Virata Purusha? What is he made of? This Virata Purusha, just like, you see, a cat's baby looks like a cat. A human baby looks like a human being. Elephant's baby looks like an elephant. So Garbhodakshay Vishnu's baby should look like Garbhodakshay Vishnu only, no? So this Virata Purusha, who is born from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, will look exactly like Virata Purusha. Thousands of heads, thousands of hands, thousands of legs. Only Garbhodakshay Vishnu's limbs are completely transcendental, whereas Virata Purusha's limbs are made of these 23 elements. So Virata
Why
Purusha,
23 elements? Mataji, why 23? Can you just say what 23 are?
yes, I told
I'm
already,
not
but I'll show you
sure.
one more time. I'll show you here. I
Okay,
see
thank you,
here.
Mataji. Sorry
Yeah.
to
No,
ask you this
fine.
question.
This
I
see,
don't get it. This creation, I always got confused, even talking to other people.
yeah. So it's
Thank
very important. Creation. If we understand creation, then we can understand other things about Krishna. Creation is very important. Here, Mataji. So Karanodakashai Vishnu looking on Prakriti, then Prakriti we said she's agitated by his Kala Shakti, and now she's producing. These are the elements. So you can say Mahat is the first element, Ahankara is the second element, mind is the third element, right? Intelligence is fourth element. Then you have 10 senses. So that makes 10 plus 4, 14 elements are formed here. Then 5 gross elements. 14 plus 5 is 19 elements are formed here. Oh, 19 elements are formed here. 14 plus 5 is 19. Then 19 plus 5 is 24 elements.
24.
Like that. Actually 23, 24. If you count Prakriti, then
Not
you have
Prakriti,
24.
Buddhi, intelligence.
Counted, no, Prabhuji, Buddhi here.
Sometimes we count intelligence and then sometimes we don't count.
Yes. Here sometimes we don't count. If we don't count intelligence, then there is 23 elements, like that.
Okay.
So this is how we came to 23. Okay. Prabhuji is listening. He was
Okay.
quiet all this
So,
time. I thought nobody's there. Yes, yes,
so we
Mataji.
have Garbhodasai Vishnu. Everything is transcendental. And then from there, what are we doing? You said that is from his stem, Brahma comes out.
Here.
Mataji, actually, you can take questions from others also. You are giving lot of time and they will be leaving actually.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can take a cycles. One question and after that you should take another, and then if they have second question, then they should follow the next cycle actually.
Yeah. Okay, Vatsala Mataji, I'll come back in the end. Let me take others.
Okay.
Because
If there are others, I think you should give opportunity for others.
Yes, Mataji. Thank
Yes, that is the fair thing to do.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you,
Sheila
Vatsala.
Rohidas
Very
Mataji.
nice.
No problem. Prabhu, everybody should be treated equally.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Sheila Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I don't know whether this is the right stage at which I can ask this question. I wanted to know what is the difference between expansion and avatar.
What is the difference between expansion and
avatara?
Avatara means someone who descends from a higher platform to this earthly platform. Someone who is descending, that is avatara.
Okay. So spiritual to material, can we say that?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
Someone who is descending is avatara.
Okay. And expansion is happening everything in the spiritual world.
Not necessarily. Expansion means like the Lord is complete. Swayam Bhagavan Krishna is complete 100%. So if a portion of his potency is manifested, right? Not full 100%, but a percentage, a certain portion of that is manifested. That is an expansion.
Spreading. Something like spreading?
Not spreading. It is like your amsha. You know amsha?
Yes, Mataji.
Amsha. Swamsha means personal expansion.
Okay.
The Lord's personal amsha. So expansion means amsha. And avatara means someone who's descending. It can be the same person also. Amsha is descending is also possible.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Swati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam. You explained very nicely, Mataji. Mataji, one thing that is, we can consider this Prakriti as Durga Devi.
Yeah. You can consider Prakriti as Durga. Yeah. Bahiranga Shakti. So Durga Devi is Krishna's Bahiranga Shakti, external energy.
But Mataji, only one Prakriti will be there. Means Vishnu, so many expansions are there, no? You told. Like that Prakriti also will form.
Yeah. So Krishna has Antaranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti. He has his Prakriti. You have Yogamaya, you have Mahamaya. He has his internal energy and external energy. So external energy is actually a reflection of the internal energy only. So according to the function, she is internal energy, then you have external energy. So his Prakriti, he has various categories. You are mute, Mataji. Unmute.
Yes, Mataji. One more thing, Mataji. This I'm having so many doubts, but one question. She is. You told about Kshirodaksha Vishnu. How he will be expanding, Mataji?
I told about Karanadaksha Vishnu.
Karana, each element chunks the 23 elements, and from that Kshirodaksha also comes. You told Mataji spread.
So I said from Karanadaksha Vishnu glances on Prakriti. Yes. And then Prakriti creates the universal shells. Karanadaksha Vishnu expands as Garbhodakashayi, enters into the universe as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And within Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, From Garbhodakashayi Vishnu's womb comes Virata Purusha. So what is your question? Is it about Kshirodakashayi Vishnu or about Karanodakashayi Vishnu?
Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, Mataji. How he will come?
How he will come? Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So after this creation, so now the same Garbhodakashayi Vishnu further expands as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu and enters each and every atom in the entire universe. And he's there as Paramatma in each and every person also. That's the next expansion from and also Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is present within the universe. There is a localized Vaikuntha planet inside the universe called Shvetadvip. So there you will find Kshirodakashayi Vishnu residing. And how does Kshirodakashayi Vishnu look? He has only 4 arms. He does not have thousands of arms like Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
Oh, in the Garbhodaka ocean only.
No, Kshirodaka ocean. So in Garbhodaka ocean is there, on that Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is laying down from his navel, this lotus stem comes. In that lotus stem is Virata Purusha. On Virata Purusha's body, all the various planets are there, planetary systems are there. So in this universe only, there is one localized Vaikuntha planet called Shvetadvip. In that Shvetadvip is that ocean is Kshirodaka ocean. There you have Kshirodakashayi Vishnu residing. That is where Lord Brahma and all the demigods went when Bhumi Devi, had before Krishna's appearance, right? Bhumi Devi approached Brahmaji. They all went to the shore of Kshirodaka ocean. So this is that.
Mataji, can you show in diagram?
Acha. Should I take next person or should I explain this first?
You can take, otherwise you can take, at last you take my count.
Last I will explain. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Fine.
Yeah. Padma Krishnan Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. So I want to know that the Virat Purusha, which has been created by Garbhodakashayi Vishnu after 1,000 years, was that the same form which was shown to Arjuna when he requested?
Okay. Actually, okay, let me show you. Virata means what? Virata means big,
Huge.
gigantic. So there are 3 Virata forms. There's not only one Virata Purusha, there's 3 Virata forms. Who are the 3? There are 3 Virata Purushas. Generally, we take Virata Purusha means this, within the, right, the lotus stem, this Virata Purusha. Generally, we count this as Virata Purusha. But actually, there are 3. Karanodakashayi Vishnu is also called Virata Purusha. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is also. And of course, the Virata Purusha is also Virata Purusha. So, all are gigantic. The difference is, these 2 forms are transcendental. The body is completely transcendental. Whereas material Virata, right? The body is material. So your question is, which form was shown to Arjun on the battlefield of Kurukshetra? What was shown? Arjun was shown Karnavdakshayi Vishnu, the transcendental form. Krishna gave Divya Chakshu to Arjun, transcendental vision, right? And then he showed this transcendental Virata form. And of course, this Karnavdakshayi Vishnu. And when you see Karnavdakshayi Vishnu, what do we know? On Karnavdakshayi Vishnu's skin pores, right? On his every limb, on the skin pores, there are so many universes. So at one point, when the Lord is showing the Kala Rupa, there you will see, actually, he will even show, that means when I'm seeing all these demigods, right? So there, within the skin pores, he's also zooming zooming into one particular universe and showing the material Virata also at one point. If you're following what I'm saying, the form that was shown to Arjun was Karnodakshay Vishnu. But while showing Karnodakshay Vishnu, Arjun is also seeing, because on the body of Karnodakshay Vishnu, in each and every skin pore, there are so many universes, it is said, isn't it? So inside one universe, he's also seeing the material Virata. So he's seeing both. He's seeing Karnodakshay Vishnu and he also sees the material Virata. Okay?
Okay. So because the devotees, they don't aspire for this Virata Purusha, they only aspire for Lord Krishna.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to know whether this Virat Purusha was a material Virat Purusha. Because it comes only as shown it only on the request of Arjuna and not otherwise.
No, but what was shown to Arjun was transcendental form
All
only.
is also, but all his opulences, everything, that is whatever opulences he had declared in the Bhagavad Gita, that was only shown, na Mataji?
Can you say that again, Mataji? All the opulences?
In the 10th chapter, he describes some of his opulences.
Of Karnodakshay
And
Vishnu.
when Arjuna requests that you show all these opulences, that time he shows these opulences, which includes all the devatas and everything, all the material things, everything is shown.
Then at that time, devatas and all that is describing, at that time he's seeing on the body of Karnodakshay Vishnu inside one universe, then he's seeing the material Virata Purusha also. In the Karnodakshay Vishnu, now he's seeing material Virata.
So in the transcendental form, he is also seeing the material form. Is it like that?
Like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Brajadevi Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Panchanga Pranams, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you for wonderful explanations, Mataji. I had this doubt all the time. You have explained very nicely that Prakriti is like a virgin girl and Pradhan is like pregnant lady, and then Mahatattva is the baby. So what exactly happens in Mahatattva and what are the qualities and how Ahankara is produced there?
Acha. So actually all these elements, where are they coming from? Prakriti is made of only the three modes: goodness, passion and ignorance. So when they are in equilibrium, that is avyakta. When the Lord glances because of Kala Shakti, now she is agitated. That means now the modes they lost their equilibrium. So whatever is being produced, they are being produced from the modes only. They are made of the modes. Everything that you see in this creation is nothing but it's coming from the modes. So first thing that is produced is Mahatattva. Mahatattva is made of the mode of goodness. It is made of the mode of goodness. But one thing we should remember is, it is not possible to have pure goodness, pure passion or pure ignorance in this material world. You cannot find. Always there will be a combination of three. Just the percentage varies. So when you say Mahatattva is made of goodness, means the highest percentage is goodness. The percentage of passion and ignorance are very insignificant, very small percentage, like that. Now, from this Mahatattva, Ahankara is produced. That means, what is the combination in Ahankara? Ahankara is primarily in the mode of ignorance. Within that also, now it is made of ignorance, and in that, when there is more goodness, then that is Ahankara, Satvik Ahankara. That produces mind. Mind is produced from that Ahankara. And similarly, when in this Ahankara, when passion is prominent, then that produces intelligence and senses. And again, Ahankara, where ignorance is prominent, it produces the gross elements and subtle elements.
Okay, Mataji, but then the Mahatattva, you said it's mostly in the mode of goodness. It is a combination. And that from there, from whatever that ignorance it is left, that then the false ego has, where does that goodness and everything comes from?
It's born from there. So first Mahatattva is born. From Mahatattva, Ahankara comes.
Okay. Okay, Mataji. But as we have like how we say Mahatattva, see Ahankara in goodness, when it combines with the goodness, it produces mind, and Ahankara in passion. And where, because Ahankara itself, it is in the false, in the Tamoguna, right? It's ignorance. So how it
How it is
combines with the
produced?
good? Yes.
Good. Because the Lord's eyes are open, no? His Kala Shakti is going. Otherwise, how matter can do everything on its own? It's
Yeah,
because
that's
of this Kala Shakti. At every
okay.
stage, this Kala Shakti, because of Kala Shakti only, from the
Okay.
previous, the next element is coming.
Thank you so much. You have clarified, Mataji, because I was wondering how it is possible. Every time I read in Bhagavatam, I get confused. So thank you so much. And if possible, I have one more question. I will give the question. Maybe you can answer, choose to answer now or later. You said that in each universe there is we have a localized Vaikunta. So when Lord inhales, what happens to this? This is also a spiritual Vaikunta, means spiritual planet. So what happens to it?
So see, the role of, I said Vaikunta because to say that it is not material, it's not part of this material world. Even though it is in this universe, it is actually not material, it is transcendental. That was the idea. But Karanodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Kshirodakshai Vishnu, what is their pastime? Their pastime is this Srishti Leela.
Yes.
Their pastime is in relation to this creation. So just as Karanodakshai Vishnu expands into Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Garbhodakshai Vishnu expands into Kshirodakshai Vishnu for the sake of this creation. So when there is annihilation, this Kshirodakshai Vishnu will go back into Garbhodakshai Vishnu back into Karanodakshai Vishnu. Like that.
Okay. Okay, Mataji. Okay then. So then at that time everything will go into
Karanodakshai Vishnu.
Karanadakshay Vishnu. The spiritual Vaikuntha also, everything. It's in like everything goes in a reverse order.
Yeah, and he's already he's
Yes.
there means he's in
Yes,
Vaikuntha only, Karanodakshai
yes.
Vishnu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tamil Selvi Mataji. Unmute Mataji.
Sorry to again asking you. Brahmaji is a secondary creator, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So it took 1,000 celestial years for him to create everything.
For him again, yes. Brahmaji also.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I want to know.
Yes.
Already this Virat Purush, it takes 1,000 celestial years. Again, there is 1,000 celestial years for Brahmaji to create. Is it correct or is my understanding wrong?
Two times.
That's what I want. Okay. Verify that.
Brahmaji also has to meditate 2 times. Before
that,
of course.
There is nothing, there was nothing around him. There was full of water, and then he heard Akashvani saying Taba Taba. Then he started doing meditation. So again 1,000 celestial years.
First he got darshan.
So totally 2,000. Yeah, first he won't have darshan. Just a word only he hears, Taba Taba. Then he start meditating. Then after 1,000 years, he was seeing all
he got darshan.
Form in
he
all
got darshan of the spiritual world.
After 1,000 years. Yes.
After that,
Mataji.
Yes. After 1,000 years, he got darshan. After he got darshan, now once again he meditated in order to create. So again he had to meditate after getting darshan also. Then he creates.
So how many years that took?
That's another. I think it's another 1,000 years there he meditates. But the point is,
that is 100 years. 100
years only. Yes.
Oh, initially 1,000, then 100 years. Okay. All celestial years.
Yes, all celestial years.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So, Swati Mataji, you had another question?
Mataji told about Kshirodaksha Vishnu
I finished,
by
right?
showing the diagram. You did not finish, Mataji.
Kshirodaksha Vishnu.
How he will be there in you told in localized place he will be there in that Garbhodaka ocean.
Oh, I thought I explained it to you. Okay.
No, Mataji, not explained.
So he's there here only, Mataji, in the within sea. See, this is the lotus stem, no? So you're seeing my, okay, I'll take a different color. So you're seeing this, no? This lotus stem. Mataji, you're seeing?
Yes, Mataji. Lotus stem.
Lotus stem. So inside this is Virat Purusha. So this lotus stem, this Virat Purusha's body, only you have all the planets. 14 planetary systems are here.
Yes, Mataji.
This is the universe. Okay. So the top is Satyaloka. So Prabhuji, Venugopal Prabhu. What is the location of Kshirodaksha Vishnu? Exact location.
Exact location is Dhruvaloka. Also is also known as Vaikuntha Loka. And about to Swarga actually.
About to Swarga. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
About to Swarga. Swarga Loka.
So that's the location, Mataji, Swati Mataji. So in that universe, I showed you, right? Satya, then...
Actually, 3 locations are there where Vishnu stays. One is Dhruvaloka, in that also Vishnu is there, and Kshirodaksha Vishnu, Kshirosagar, on that he also will be there, and one more place actually is there. Like that, 3 different places he stays.
Okay, Swati Mataji.
Mataji, it was so confusing, Mataji. Virataputra, Sri Virataputra, Sri Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So
okay,
many.
sir, one last time I'll show you this diagram, and beyond that it's not possible for me to explain. But see, this is the Virata Purusha, Mataji. Okay, so Virata Purusha's body, on his body only you have various planets. So this is the head. In the head region you have Satyaloka. Okay, then as you go down Tapoloka, Janaloka, so this is the area of Swargaloka. So above Swargaloka, somewhere here, you'll find the milk ocean, and here you'll find Kshirodaksha Vishnu. And also, so Prabhuji is saying there are 3 different locations where you will find Kshirodaksha Vishnu. So he's there in
Not
that area.
Kshirodaksha Vishnu, Mataji, Vishnu. So Kshirodaksha Vishnu will be in only one place, Kshirosagar, and Vishnu will be there in 3 different places. Okay. That means 3 Vaikunthas are there. There are many Vaikunthas are there, na? Even in the spiritual world. Similarly, here in the every Brahmanda, there are 3 Vaikunthas are there.
Okay.
One more, I think, after Loka mountain. So if you cross, so like Arjuna and Krishna both, when that Brahmana boy was taken by Vishnu to bring back him, so they crossed the Loka planet and a mountain, and after crossing that, Loka mountain will be there on the earth actually, edge of the earth, and the shell of the before
universe.
Reaching to the shell of the boundary of Brahmanda.
Yeah.
So there is one more place, Vaikuntha. That means Vishnu, where 3 different places he resides. But Kshirodaksha Vishnu is in Kshirosagar actually, which is above to the Swargalok.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Swati Mataji.
I understood, Mataji, but Prabhuji's version I did not understand.
You'll understand in future. Okay, no problem.
Okay, Prabhuji.
In creation, it will come 5th canto actually.
So much confusing, Prabhuji. Mataji explained very nicely.
Loka mountain, you have no idea, na? So that's why that is on the earth planet, at the edge it will be there. And also Dhruvaloka is just after the Sumeru crossing. So there will be on top, there is a Dhruvaloka. That means Shishumara Loka will be there. In the Shishumara, there is a one highlight point will be there. That's the Dhruvaloka. And on top there is a Swarga, and on top of that Swarga also there is a side, actually somewhere in the same Swarga to a little bit high. So there is a one. This is Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. These all will come in 5th canto. I don't have actually this plate to describe to you. Actually, today I'm with my own mobile actually.
Oh, okay. Mataji, Bhavna Mataji. Unmute Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So there are so many like levels, and as please confirm my understanding, as someone increases his or her sadhana, they may be getting the next birth according to where they may be fit, right? And if it is complete Sharanagati, then we'll be going back to the Goloka. Shri Krishna's the highest level that you have shown. Is it direct, or we will be going to Vaikuntha, and then like based on the bhakti and attachment to a particular deity to their loka? So please throw
Yeah.
some light.
You will go to Goloka when you get Prema, Krishna Prema. So you have, after entering full Sharanagati, now you will begin sadhana bhakti. You will begin pure devotional service. And then you have to cross sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, and come to prema bhakti. Then when you come to prema bhakti, now you are eligible to actually go to Goloka. So what if you give up your body before coming to prema bhakti? So then you'll come back again to continue and progress in your devotional service so that you can come to the stage of prema. That is for a pure devotee, right? One whose aspiration is pure devotional service, then they will come back again and again until they get prema. But there are others who may go to Vaikuntha if that is their motive, right? So somebody who is looking for liberation and is practicing devotional service, so ultimately it is your desire. You are practicing Sakshat Bhakti devotional service, but your goal is to become liberated, then you can get liberation. But if you're talking about going to Goloka, that is possible when you get Krishna Prema. So if you have not completed means you have to come back again and again until you complete. Is that okay, Bhavna Mataji?
Yeah, Mataji. Understood. Thanks.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So I'll quickly go over the questions asked here in the chat, and then I'll go back to Vatsala Mataji. Soul is Vatsala Mataji. Okay, soul is everlasting, but we humans experience birth and death, right? Pradhana Prakriti I explained already. Okay, Rasapriya. Okay, thank you. Mitravinda Mataji saying, my understanding is that Krishna actually translates to black, not blue. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Rain cloud. That's the complexion of Krishna. Banita Mataji saying, where do we get the reference of this topic? Srimad Bhagavatam Mataji. Where do you get the reference of this topic? So you will see creation in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th and 6th chapters. And again, you will see that in the 10th chapter of second canto. Again, it will be repeated in the third canto. So creation, you will see it in Srimad Bhagavatam. And if you see Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries, all these details will be given there. Yes. That's all. Questions?
Mataji, మీకు జూమ్ ఇది కనిపిస్తుందా? జూమ్ సమరీ?
No, Prabhuji.
ఏ టూల్స్ ఆన్ చేస్తే జూమ్ సమరీ చేస్తుంది. అది మీకు రాలేదా? మీరు చెప్పిన క్లాస్ మొత్తం సమరీ వచ్చింది, కానీ ఇది ఎలా కాపీ అవుతుంది? Oh,
Mhm. I don't know.
యాక్చువల్లీ ఏఐ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పిన క్లాస్లో మీరు ఏం చెప్పారో మీరు ఎంతవరకు చెప్పారు అందులో ఆ సమరం ఏంటి పాయింట్స్ ఏంటి అని చెప్పి అర్థం చేసుకొని అది కూడా ఇస్తుంది.
Wow. Okay.
రేపు
ఇంకా
చూస్తానైతే దీన్ని నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాల, నిన్న ఆన్ చేశాను యాక్చువల్లీ.
అచ్చా. Okay.
ఓకే, ఇట్స్ ఓకే.
So Vatsala Mataji, you're there? Raise your hand, Mataji. Okay, I see you. Okay. Unmute, Mataji. So what were we discussing, Mataji? Vatsala Mataji, was your point clear or?
Okay, I think we talked about from Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu, we have Kshirodaya, right?
Yes. So you
And
wanted
then we
to
were
know
talking about the lotus stem and 14 lokas.
Here, this is the picture you're seeing, right?
Yeah.
So this is Virata Purusha. Virata Purusha is born from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and this Virata Purusha's body is material body. Okay. So what was your question? Is your question answered?
I understood Karnadakasai Vishnu, and then we get the Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and then we have a Shirodakasai Vishnu. From
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, from
Shirodakasai Vishnu, we were all created. That's what you are saying? From Prakriti?
See, Karanodakshaya Vishnu glanced on Prakriti, and Prakriti is forming all these elements. Then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu came. So we are all there here in these elements only. Along with these elements, we are there. So when we come in, when Virata Purusha is born, simultaneously, in the lotus stem, Virata Purusha is born, and Virata Purusha also has two bodies. He has a gross body and subtle body. Gross body, gross Virata, subtle Virata. Okay, subtle Virata Purusha's body means it's like the sum total of all the subtle bodies in the whole universe. That is subtle Virata body. And gross Virata means the sum total of all gross elements, right? That is there in gross Virata's body. And so simultaneously, there is birth of gross Virata, subtle Virata, and Lord Brahma. They all come at the same time. Brahma is born on the lotus, and within the lotus stem, you will find the Virata Purusha's body. So all these living entities, you, me, and everyone, we are all there. The Jivatma, the living entity covered by this avidya and karma, is there with Brahmaji here. Now, Brahmaji is going to do Visarga, secondary creation. What is secondary creation? He takes, from Virata's body, he will take, and he will assign each living entity will get this much of intelligence, this much mind, this chitta, and then this type of body. This will be the parents. He'll have to, based on the karma, because living entity has avidya and karma, right? So based on living entity's karma, he will give them a body, a particular body. Various species are created. The planets are already there. Planetary systems are already there on the body of Virata. Now, Brahmaji gives bodies to all these living entities and sends them to their respective planets where they have to take birth. This is secondary creation. So your question was, who's creating our bodies? We are getting, Brahmaji is giving them. Taking from Virata.
He is the secondary creator.
He is the secondary creator.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Mataji.
And okay, when we were talking about something that I thought, the soul is always there, right?
Yes.
That is eternal. We humans, I think when we were talking at the beginning of the class, I think non-defective Shabda, we were thinking about that, that's where I was thinking human bodies, human beings.
Non-defective Shabda, when we were talking about non-defective Shabda, you said you're thinking of human bodies.
Yeah, but we were talking about something, you said... you said something contrary.
Human body. Our senses. Human bodies means senses, right? So senses have defects. What are the defects? Brahma, Pramada, Karana, Patava, Vipralipsa. These defects are there in human senses, I said. So human body means, yeah. And also I said that Pratyaksha, Anumana, Pramanas are there in animals also. Human beings also have Pratyaksha, Anumana, Pramana. But human beings have the capacity for Shabda Bodha. We can take Shabda Praman, and from Shabda Praman we can get Shabda Bodha. This is possible for human beings, not for animals. Like that, I had said.
Yeah, Mataji, I think in a way, I mean, the animals can take our symbols, right?
They can
I
take
have
symbols.
known dogs can also count. When you teach them how to count 1, 2, 3, 4 or something, 2 plus 2, 4, I have seen that. From that, aren't they learning? I mean, can they not understand something?
They can. That is called Anumana Pramana. It is not Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana means you should know the meanings of the words. You should be able to rearrange the sentence and derive knowledge from that. That much they cannot do. So otherwise, then to dogs, if I spoke Bhagavad Gita, they should be able to understand, grasp, and they should also be surrendering to Krishna. They cannot do that. They don't have that capacity because their intelligence is not so developed. But they can have Anuman Pramana. They have Anuman Pramana. So this symbols is, it comes under Anumana Pramana, Cheshta. By symbols you can train them. By sounds and by symbols they can get knowledge. That is possible for animals. Okay.
Okay. I got that. And I thought another thing is we should have had this course for 4 weeks because we are crunching a lot of things, and a lot of things come up in this equations when you are explaining the universes and all. So I think if we have it for 4 weeks, we can have a lot of clarification. It's like a starting over, right? Some of the things
It will
that we
come
didn't understand.
again and again and again. This creation, it is repeated so many times by Srila Sukadev Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam because it is so important for
Okay.
us. So it will come. If we read Srimad Bhagavatam, this discussion, this description will come again and again, Mataji.
Okay.
Let me take Swati Mataji's question.
Sure.
Thank
you,
Vatsalana.
Mataji. Thanks for your time.
Hare Krishna. Swati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, grass, you are telling about Virata Purusha, grass and subtle, no? Can you explain it again?
So just like we have a gross body and subtle body, no, Mataji? We have gross body, right? Made of earth, water, fire, air, ether, like that. And we have a subtle body. Subtle body is made of mind, chitta, buddhi, mana, ahankara, indriyas. This is there in subtle body. Like that. Virata Purusha is, his body is material body. So he also has a gross body and subtle body. Then your question will be, what is his gross body made up of? It is the sum total of all the gross bodies, all the gross elements in this whole universe. That is Virata's gross body. Then what is his subtle body? The sum total of all subtle elements, right? All subtle bodies in this universe. That is Virata's subtle body.
Okay. From that only is giving us the gross bodies and subtle bodies. Mataji?
Brahmaji is taking from there and is assigning to each living entity.
According to karma. According to karma.
Yeah.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. So much information is there.
You should all thank our teacher, His Grace Venugopal Prabhu. He's so humble. He's just silently sitting. Everything that I said, whatever I said, I just learned from his classes only. I'm just repeating.
Thank you, Venugopal Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
So we will end the session here today. Thank you all so much. So we have, today's the 7th session, right? Thursday, or 8th session today. So we have 2 more sessions. Let's see how much we can cover. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.